Hey y'all,
Hey y'all.
What's up? This is El Presidente.
this is
You
your boy, gospel icon, my Harold Peoples Jr.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Gypsy.
It's Lady, also known as Leah, and you're now watching.
And you're listening to Speaking Plain
in
English.
the Speaking Plain English with your
You are now watching Speaking Plain English with your host, Roberta.
On
Your beautiful host, Roberta Johnson.
With my homegirl, Roberta, on Praise.fm.
On Praise FM.
on Praise FM.
Hey, hello everyone. Happy Saturday and welcome to another episode of Speaking Plain English. I am your host, Roberta, and I am happy to see everyone here. I want to welcome everyone who is here from Praise FM. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Facebook. Welcome to Roberta's Recommendations. Welcome to, well, I can't say Instagram because I'm not doing Instagram today. Welcome to all listeners, viewers, everybody who is here, everyone who is catching the replay. I do not take it lightly that you guys take some time on your Saturday or whenever you decide to come in and join in and watch with me. So I appreciate you guys. Those who are here, welcome those who are here now, and I'm going to ask that you do the media stuff, which is first of all, let me know if you can hear me. I have my phone set up in a little different way, and I just want to make sure that I can be heard. So if you can hear me, then let me know. If you cannot, then say something. Or if you can't hear me, let me know. I guess. I gotta learn the ASL for that. Anyway, so if you're here, please say hello. Please like and share and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. All of those things are very much greatly appreciated. And I like to, okay, great. Thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Hey. I like to ask people to share. I know I get because of the views and all of that stuff, but my purpose of asking people to do the sharing, why I want this platform to reach as many people as possible, is because, like I say, usually you never know who may need or want the information or the needs anything that is being said, needs anything that has, or a product or an idea, that somebody may say here. Also, what Speaking Plain English is mainly about, we're doing our dual purpose podcast. The first one is to highlight Black authors, business owners, and artists. That's one of our goals here. If anybody is looking for an artist, for an author, for a new book or something, whatever it is that they may get from that, we want to make sure that they are put out there, put in the forefront, so that if they, whatever they need, whoever they need, can possibly, say, hey, I like this person. Hey, this person has something that I can use. Network. We're all about that. So that's one. And then the second reason is because I want to tap into some topics that are, for most people, they like to describe them as taboo, especially in the Black community and the church community. So that's why we're here. And I don't want to just talk about it. I want solutions. I want to be able to either bring solutions or make awareness to these ideas, to these issues and to these things, so that in the event, somebody does see it that has the capability and the power to do something about it, that's what we want. That's the goal. That is the goal. So that's why me personally, why I want people to share this platform, because I don't want to just talk about things. I like to, I like to get to the root of things, and I like for things to change, whatever needs to be changed. And I like for people to be able to network. All right. So that's a little, in case this is your first time, or if you've never actually heard the mission of Speaking Plain English, that is what we're about. Announcements as usual. If you are, like I said, if you're a Black author, artist, or business owner, and you have a product or a service or something that you would like to either come on the show to promote or to discuss, that you want us to share, feel free to reach out so that we can, get that going, and we can, discuss how we can get you on here. Or if you have something that you want to, like an event or a product, a product or anything that you want to promote, and you just want to do so in like an ad form, we can do that as well. And so you can also reach out for that. If you decide that let me see, I'm trying to think if there's something else. Oh, like if you want to like shout somebody out for whatever, if they have a birthday, if they have an anniversary, if they're starting a new business, you want to just shout them out just to let them know that somebody's thinking about them, and you want to do so in a special way, you can also reach out to me for that so that we can do that nice up for you. Okay. I think that is all for today. I want to say happy Earth Entry anniversary to those who may be watching. I don't have I don't have anybody that comes to mind specifically right now. So that is one. And then also, if you are a graduate, if you're graduating, congratulations to all graduates. Anywhere from pre-K, nursery school, to your PhD, wherever you graduating from, congratulations to you. It does take work. It does take commitment. It does take determination to to reach those goals, so that you can, get that diploma, to, and so do that moving up as well. So congratulations to everybody who congratulations is due for. All right. With that out of the way, we are getting into today's topic. And this has been something that has been a consensus, I'll put it like that, for this past week. I want to say about a week and a half. I have been discussing this with people. This is something that has really been like screaming at me. I'll put it like that, screaming at me, and for a little bit now. And I even mentioned it to a couple of other people, and they have been saying like they're feeling the same thing. They're like they're hearing the same thing. So basically, if this title kind of confuses you, it's like it's a two-way. It's a question, why are you here? And also kind of like a statement, like why you are here. Like, in other words, do you know what your purpose is? And if you do, are you operating in that? Are you doing the things that it takes, that it involves to keep your focus towards your purpose? I'm going to put it like this. There was someone that I've been working with, who has taught me a lot of things. And she actually has done, like, we don't necessarily like work together. I can't say we don't work together anymore. We just don't do the same things as we used to. So she actually there were some things that she used to do, and she taught me how to do some, some of those things as well. And it's good knowledge, it's excellent knowledge. There's more stuff that's involved than what she taught, and that I found, that I ended up finding out. But I was able to get a good grasp of how certain things, about pretty much how to do certain things. And I did, and I operated in that some time. But after, a little bit, she and I both actually did realize that some of the stuff that we were doing, and it happened at different times, I'll put it like that. She actually came to me recently and asked me if I was still, operating in that field. And I asked her, like, I was specific with, like, well, what is it, what was it involved in? Because she had somebody that she's looking to that needed some work done. I'll put it like that. So she had somebody that needed some work done. And the part of me was like, go for it, figure out what it is that needs to be done to do it and go for it. And then the other part of me that made a commitment to myself, and I'll tell you what that commitment is in a minute, made me sit back and think, hold on, does this have anything to do with what you plan to do for the rest of your life? Does this have anything to do with your purpose? Does this have anything to do with why you're here, why you're on this earth? Or is it just another way to make money? And when I thought about that, I was more specific. I asked her, I said, okay, what exactly is it? What's the details and stuff like that? Because what I made a promise to myself that I will only put my efforts towards things. I'll only put my efforts towards things that are in line with my purpose, that are in line with what the gifts and talents that God has given me, that are in line with my my career goals. There are certain things that if it has nothing to do with that, then I'm not touching it. I'll leave it for somebody who, or I'll even, pass it on, or I will, here we go. This is their purpose. So, and I'll pass it on to them. So when I mentioned that to her, yesterday, as when she told me what it was about, and it had absolutely nothing to do with anything that I plan on doing in life, she told me, she said, that is so funny that you would say that. She said, I understand, because I had literally just had that same conversation with myself. I think she said the day before or sometime during that week. And then somebody else said the same thing. So I am, I'm becoming a, how can I put this? I'm becoming someone who is being very, very, I don't want to say picky, but I'm being more careful with what I involve myself in, because again, like I said, what I don't want to do, and that's setting boundaries. That's part of, and that's something that I've been working on, also, like setting boundaries and understanding my value and understanding my worth and things such of the sort. I don't know if I should even say this out loud. I will. I have a bad case sometimes of imposter syndrome. Like, I have been in situations that, or in rooms with people, and I'm just like, I can't believe I'm here. When I say I can't believe I'm here, it's like, it's a good thing. I'm doing something that I really enjoy, or something that I love. And I'm like, and then I'm surrounded by others who do it, who are more skilled at it than I am, or even in the midst of, I'll be more specific. I was it last year? May have been last year, but I think it was last year. Miles Caton, who is an artist, who is actually, is it Anisha or Timothy Figueroa if y'all know her, Timothy Figueroa's son. Amazing. If you know about the Figueroas, you know how they sing. They sing. They sing down. As y'all, some of y'all say, as my sister says, they're singerers. There's people who can sing, and then there are singerers. That's how she put it. They are singerers. So Miles Caton, he actually had a video go viral a little while ago where he sang "For Every Mountain" with Kurt Carr, and ripped it to shreds. I had the opportunity of being at his listening party for his first for his first single release. And I was there, and I was, first of all, I went by myself. First of all, I'm noticing that I have a little issue with crowds. I don't like to be around a lot of crowds. But in addition to that, I got there, and I was focused on, why I was there, which helps me as long as I don't mind going places by myself. I really don't, as long as I'm going for a purpose. Like, for example, March. Yes, in March, I went to Philly to see Lalah Hathaway. And when I tell you the way that this woman killed, she's just ridiculous. But basically, I went because I went by myself, and I kind of started to get a little bit, feel kind of way, because number one, it was a nice sized room, but the tables were small. And they said that the show was sold out, so that means that I would have to be sitting with people that I don't know. And I'm like, okay, fine. But thank God I was able to sit with people. There were some ladies that came, 3 of them, and they were, they were just as there for the music as I was. I'll put it like that. And I was kind of a little overhyped, because that's just how I am with good music. And if you know Lalah Hathaway, then you know how stupid and ridiculous she is. But anyway, my thing is, I was focused on her, and that was that. So focused on the show, and that's that. So as long as I can do that, as long as I'm there for a specific reason, and I'm not just there just to be there, then I'm okay. Otherwise, A, I'm not going, or B, I will be very, very uncomfortable. So I guess that's something that I am working on, that I need to work on, because in order for me to do what I do, what I'm supposed to be doing, I need to meet people. So I said all that to say, when I went to go see Miles Caton, I was, a little uncomfortable, because when I got there, the show hadn't started yet. And again, I went by myself. So I'm just like, can this thing start already? Because I don't like to be, I don't know. There's a lot of people here. I don't know nobody, and that's fine, but can we just get it started? So once it did, I was good. Once the show started, I was fine, and I was good. But then I was planning on, because the song that he put out and the music that he's making is actually in line with some of the things that I plan that I'm working on. I wanted to go to that particular show because I wanted to meet him, and I wanted to get the opportunity to kind of like put a face to a name, build a rapport with him, and possibly even get him here on the show. However, I punked out. I punked out. When I say I punked out, I mean, I saw everybody crowding around him, and, he was taking pictures with everybody and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. So I missed out. I ended up missing out on an opportunity to do what it was that I, needed to do. I missed out on somebody I'll even put it like this. I missed out on the opportunity for him to meet me, because who knows, what, I mean, I know that my name isn't quite out there just yet, but eventually I do plan to have a name that people will recognize, and will recognize for, for excellence and things of the sort. That once, if Roberta endorses it, or if Roberta says it's a good song, then it must be good. I I'm looking towards having that reputation. So again, like that could have been an opportunity for me to get started with that. However, because of my fear, I punked out and I beat myself up about it. I beat myself up about it. And I still do that. Like when I find myself in uncomfortable situations, a lot of times I have a tendency to give into that. And that's something that I am also working on. So yeah, sometimes I have a bit of imposter syndrome, and what I feel like needs to be done in regards to that is pushing past the fear. And that's something that I've been working on for quite a while. In anyway, like I've made it very far. Honestly, I can't even. I have to thank God for growth. I have to thank God for growth, because I do recognize that where I once was, as far as, you know, moving forward in my passions and in my goals, I am a lot farther along than I was. It took a lot of layers. It took a lot of fearful layers in order for me to even get to, you know, even doing this. I have to say, I don't like the spotlight. I like doing things in the background. Even with music, even when it comes to music, I do not like to be in the spotlight at all. I like to consider myself more of a background singer and a vocal arranger, a harmonizer, than a lead vocalist. And funny enough, I was actually put on the spot. I was put on the spot just this past week, and I punked out again. So I'm like, I have to learn how to embrace those moments. Um, I have to learn how to embrace those moments, and I'm asking God to continue to help me with that part, because who knows, like, if in the event that somebody is looking for somebody to help them with harmony or this, that, and the third or whatever, and they ask me, hey, sing this or harmonize this way, I think that if somebody was to ask me to harmonize with them on the spot, I could do that. But just plain and simple by myself, it depends. It depends. It'll take me a good little minute before I actually do it. So that's that. So I'm saying all that to say that sometimes it takes a lot of push. Sometimes it takes a lot of coming out of your comfort zone. And that's hard. That's very difficult. So like I said, I'm grateful that I have peeled off the layers of fear that I have already. I still have some to go. I definitely have a lot more to go. But I'm grateful for growth. I'm grateful to be able to see the evidence of me moving forward. And we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get into another part of knowing what your purpose is. All right.
This is the golden mic, everybody.
Let's go. Sorry.
I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you.
Ready and I'm ready. Yeah.
Come over here.
I'm here. You.
Everybody went out mic.
All right. We are back. So that just reminded me of something that I wanted to announce as well. Those of you who were able to make it or were able to watch it on Facebook Live, Praise Fest New Orleans, or Praise Fest NOLA, as they called it, was underway last weekend, and from what I understand, it was a success. Hey, Lady Rain. And I'm going to share that video again if I can find it. I got to go back and find it. And I want you guys to take a look at what it is, because we're going to do that here in New York. I'm actually working on getting that together for later on this year, and I'm excited. I'm excited for I'm excited. I'm excited for what is going to come out of this, because I promise you, like, this is something, again, this is something while we're talking about why we're here and doing things, you know, sticking to doing things that are part of your calling and part of your purpose and part of, you know, your gifts and your talents and your passion. This is something that I also like part of what I'm here for. This is like doing things such as this. So putting together this event is going to it's a lot of fun for me. It's a lot of fun for me, and I'm looking forward to there's a specific detail that I'm working on, and I think I kind of have I know exactly what it is that I know what the goal is. I'll put it like that. I have a vision in mind for this, and we're going to make this happen, is what's going to happen. Praise Fest NYC is underway. So if you are if you are a independent gospel or inspirational artist and you would like to perform, I do want you to reach out so that we can send you you know, the information that you need. Also, if you would like to be a vendor, because we are going to be accepting vendors as well. We're going to, you know, if you have a product or something or a service that you would like to, you know, have a vendor table at the event. Like I said, there's still other details and stuff to get all the particulars are coming. But I want to start getting all of that out now, so that once this one piece of information or one piece is solidified, then we can start immediately moving. So if you know anybody, I'll put it like this: if you know anybody in New York or in Pennsylvania or in Connecticut or in Jersey, or who's willing to fly to New York for the show and wants to be a part, you know, hit them up, or you can hit us up and let them know, and let us know, hey, I think this person would be great for the show, or have them come to us. You know what I mean? Whatever. I prefer, that's why I say share. That's why I want you guys to share things such as this. Hey. This gentleman here, Big E, Eric Jones, is the one who actually spearheaded Praise FM NOLA. I'm going to need you. I was just talking about Praise FM, not Praise FM, I'm sorry, Praise Fest NOLA, and that I wanted to reshare the event so that people who, you know, are kind of wondering, like, what is Praise Fest? What is that about? I want them to be able to see, you know, what exactly goes on at Praise Fest. So that way they can kind of get a good idea of what to expect and things of, you know, of the sort. All right. So yes, that's the plug for Praise Fest. But yes, so I'm glad that you know, that they're both here and we were able to talk about that, because that is something that we need, that I wanted to talk about, as far as like knowing your purpose and living in your purpose and doing things for that, you know, doing things to that was my daughter leaving the car. Doing things to kind of how can I put it? Where's my verbiage? Doing things that will push you forward in your purpose, doing things that you are passionate about. And that goes with that's part of setting boundaries. I'm noticing that's part of loving yourself, and that's part of setting boundaries all together. That's something else that I'm working on, learning how to say no, learning how to speak up for myself, learning how to not accept everything. You know what I mean? Learning that I don't have to feel like I have to come to everybody's rescue. Learning that my opinions, my feelings, my take on things do count. They do count, and they do matter. Thank you, Lady Rain. Posting it here is not really gonna, but this is the link to Praise Fest NOLA. So those of you who are watching, y'all can go head over to Facebook and take a look at that. Take a look at it, and then get ready for New York. Get ready for New York. Get ready to come and get ready to participate as well. So, this may be something that I need. That just came through. I'm glad I took off my do not disturb. But okay. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up real short because I just got some information that I needed. Thank you so much, Lady Rain. But basically, learning how to set boundaries for yourself, learning how to not accept everything. What I've learned, and this is what I'm trying to teach my kids while they're young, do things that you are, that I think somebody said this to me once before, and I passed this on. If there is something that you would do for no charge, like if whatever it is that you would do for free, I'll put it like that. Not everything, but if whatever it is basically that you have a burden for or a passion for, or it lights you up and you would do it for free, that's your goal, that's your calling, that's your purpose, that's your passion. That is what that's why you're here. And it's always best to do things to give your all into it and to put your all into it. That's why I commend people who are, who work in their fields that they're passionate about and stayed there. I used to be one of those people who was in and out of everything. You know what I mean? Anything that it takes to make money, I was in it. Not anything, but if it was moral, of course. But I would be going to this company. I would be going to, I looked at my resume and I'm like, my resume is all over the place. And the thing is, most of the stuff, all of the industries that I worked in, everything that I did it for a check. And that was the reason I did, I put my all into it. I did put my all into it because whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to put my all into it. However, it was not anything that I was really passionate about. It wasn't anything that I, really, wanted to pursue full, long term. And while I was doing that, I was not making time to actually work on the things that I really wanted to do. So I wasted a lot of time. Years of time, just because what I was doing was things that I just wanted to do just to get a check. And I'm not doing that anymore. Because that is another form of settling. To be perfectly honest, that is another form of settling. And I understand that, you got to pay your bills and you have to survive. You know what I mean? I understand that. Trust me, I do. But I believe that God has given each and every one a gift and a talent for a reason. And that gift and that talent that we have is supposed to be the very thing that we use to help us live. Think about a teacher who don't like kids. Or does not know how to teach. You know what I mean? Think about a teacher who is just there for a check. You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference in every industry. Prime example. I was, hold on. I like this, Lady Rain. My favorite saying is, it's a good thing when a career and a passion comes together. Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you so much for watching, Nikki B. She's part of, Big E and Friends. The whole crew is here. Thank y'all for coming. But yeah, that's a lot of people. I'm gonna tell you something. I remember one day I was it was either LaGuardia or JFK Airport. I was at one of the airports waiting to pick somebody up, and there was more than two attendants, but there were a few, like three that I can remember, attendants of telling people to, if you ever go into that airport, they want you to keep moving. If the person who you're waiting for is not there, they want you to go back around the circle until they get there, and they're, they just want you to hurry it up because they're trying to keep things smooth. There was one guy that was there. There was two that I can remember that was just like, y'all hurry up, and it was just like, it's like they were angry that they were there. But there was this one guy that I will never forget. I don't remember his name, but I saw that he enjoyed what he was doing. Like, he made a game out of it. He was smiling. He was like, he would put a little dance into it and everything. Like, that's when you can tell that you're in the right place. When you enjoy what you're doing, there is something for everybody. God has placed gifts and talents in every single one of us in this earth. And those gifts and talents that he has given us are what we need to be doing and making the time for and putting forth the effort and putting our all into in order to make us the income. Not looking specifically for the income, but doing that it will come. Because number one, it's God's purpose for us. And if it's God's purpose for us, then he's going to take care of whatever we do, I'll put it like that. If whatever we do with God's direction, if we do it for his glory, he's going to make sure that we're taken care of every single time. He will make sure that when we utilize the gifts and the talents that he has given us for his purpose. I'm going to get to that part in a second. But once we do that, he's going to make sure that we're okay. He's going to make sure that we're good. Now, I'm going to say something. It may sound controversial. Y'all may disagree. Some people may disagree. What I say is not law. This is just how I feel about it. This particular part. Every gift and talent that we've been given, of course, yes, we know that it is God-given. Okay? And I'm talking to the church, specifically here. Everything is not going to stay within the walls of the church. Everybody is not meant to stay within the walls of the church. And the reason why I say that is because we're supposed to be able to reach the lost. We're supposed to be able to reach people outside. Every musician, every singer, every dancer, all of those are not only going to stay in CCM and gospel. Sometimes God calls people to go outside so that they can, and not compromise. I'll put it like that. There are ways that you can do go into other industries and not compromise who you are. There are ways to do that. I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. There are ways that you can step outside of the church world and still not compromise. There are people who are doing it. So, with that being said, I want us to stop saying that this is where it has to start. Because if you want to be straight up honest and real, there are some gospel artists that don't need to be singing gospel because of their lifestyle. Because behind closed doors, they're not representing the God that they talk about. And then on the other hand of that, there are other topics besides Jesus that need to be spoken about. I love Jesus all day, every day. But people who I'll put it like this. Have you ever heard of a person or seen a person that is so heavenly minded that they're no earthly good? Sometimes that's a mask. That's another topic for another day. But anyway, at the end of the day, what the goal is is to do whatever it is that God wants you to do, that God has placed within you, and do it where he sends you. Because where he's going to send you, as long as you're following his lead, you're not going to get caught up in things. And that all takes learning how to have boundaries and have standards. And that's a personality thing. So if we're able to have boundaries and standards, if we're able to know who we are, like my dad says all the time, know who we are, whose we are, if we're able to keep in mind who we represent, if we're able to keep in mind what it is that we will and will not put up with when it comes to everything, then you're able to do that when it comes to your purpose. Then you're able to do that when it comes to who you'll accept money from and what you'll accept money for. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. Even if you need it, it's okay to say no. Because I guarantee you, if you some people will do it, you'll do it reluctantly. And you may not even put your best effort into it. And that's something that I'm learning. I'm learning that it's the best thing to do while we are here is to put every effort to do things in every aspect of life, that is putting you in line with your purpose, that is putting you in the position to move forward in your purpose. Because at the end of the day, whenever you work on that, number one, it'll bring you farther and you'll live longer. Because then you're not stressed. You're not stressing when you're doing things that you enjoy. I don't care how much money it pays. Drug dealers make buku money, but they are very intelligent too. So there are so many other industries that they can actually get into. That's what happens. Things like that, you end up compromising what you'll make money for, what you'll do for money. That doesn't just go for illegal activity. Whenever you're in an industry, I'll say this, and I'm going to go. Whenever you are working in a field that is not your calling, you're pimping yourself, basically. You're compromising. You're lowering your standards for $1. And doing that is saying to God, I don't trust you to give me what it is that I need with what you've given me. Let that sit for a minute. And actually, I'm going to end with that. You guys have an awesome, awesome, awesome Saturday. Thank y'all for tuning in. And until next time.